Hello everyone, Kalimera, good morning, good day. How is everyone today, the 12th of May 2020? I do hope that you're all doing very well. This is your daily divine spread. I am going to give you the original divine spread today. Just looking at the chart quickly, and we have Mercury that's just moved into its home sign of Gemini. This is communication. This is short distance travel. This is collaboration, anything to do with siblings, neighbors, people that are close to us in our periphery. And we've got the Emperor today. The Emperor, which does show the glyph of Aries. So Aries, Taurus, I usually see him as Taurian as well. The Emperor is stabilizing something, also pulling up our socks, becoming the elder, the wiser, having to put in the work wherever there have been restrictions and the door has been closed. Emotionally, I feel today, especially with the moon being in the sign of Capricorn. Capricorn is the elder, wiser, the father, the boss, that closed door. Emotionally, we're going to have to be strong today. We're, the moon, emotionally, we're amongst Pluto, Jupiter, and we're heading towards Saturn. Saturn is now in Aquarius retrograde. Pluto in Capricorn is retrograde. And Venus will be retrograding in 24 hours. So we're moving into retrograde season. The day after, in 2 days, Jupiter will be moving retrograde. Venus retrograding in Gemini. This is a chance to talk. This is a chance to communicate, to collaborate around anything that we love, money matters, relationships, good communication. How do you want your relationship with others? How do you want to communicate? Are you willing to collaborate? Are they willing to collaborate? We know that Gemini is also the student, so it's all about learning. Now, Mercury is very strong here. It flies through the sign of Gemini. So it's amazing because Mercury will be meeting up with Venus very soon. As I said, the next few days, the next week roughly, everyone is going to be very beneficial. We've got beautiful things happening in the sky. So take advantage. Let's have a look at your cards today. And I just wanted to mention yesterday's reading. Once I closed the camera, I was thinking back to the cards, and I was telling someone that the reading yesterday, I don't know, for those of you that have had maybe someone that hasn't been well, there were a lot of cards that spoke of death, literal death, which I didn't really think about. It didn't come to me, but once I turned off the camera, I thought, okay, these placements, these cards and the position and how they were, I thought it does speak of Scorpio full moon, but also Scorpio is ruled by Pluto, so death. And I thought, oh, well, okay, I could have mentioned it, but I didn't nevertheless. I actually went to a funeral yesterday. So yes, an elderly man. But yes, I'd like to hear your comments. If anything like that showed up for you, I'd like to hear about it. Let me know with your comment, and I appreciate the communication and also the support that you give my channel. Let's have a look at today's reading. 9 of Swords, which is at the base of the reading. Very hard. A lot of mental lack of clarity. Okay. Clarity could be coming in. I'm saying lack because the Emperor is someone that's usually, not very open. He does pose restrictions, and having to dig very deeply to get to the core of what this Emperor is about. He doesn't speak about his emotions. He doesn't speak about anything to do with business. He doesn't speak of his empire. He is the one in charge, and therefore he takes on all that responsibility. Now, some of you could be dealing with someone like that, or this could be you. Let's see what's hidden. We've got the Knight of Swords. Here comes that 10th sword. The communication is going to come in and bring the clarity to end this 10 of Swords, a cycle, a difficult cycle. Recent past, Wheel of Fortune, Jupiter, trusting in spirit, okay, trusting and having the faith that this difficult cycle is coming to an end. Wheel of Fortune is a very jovial energy, so there is positivity coming in here. Wheel of Fortune does speak of the ending of a cycle, yes, and it also, especially with the South Node in the sign of Sagittarius, which is the Wheel of Fortune. Sagittarius deals with, yes, our beliefs, envisioning the world through different eyes, seeing that life could be an adventure. There is someone that is changing their views, changing their beliefs, letting go of old karmic situations as well. In the now position, 6 of Pentacles, beautiful, equilibrium, giving and receiving. Someone is willing to collaborate here. And again, we've got Earth, but this is also Libra. Libra is relationships with others. What's in the goal? King of Wands. King of Wands. We have had the Emperor and the King of Wands just very recently. I don't exactly, was it yesterday? I'm not sure. King of Wands and the Emperor could be the same person. Of course, could be someone different for others of you. I do remember we had the 2 of Swords. You were going to, it was either you or they needed to make a decision. You can flip the reading. For others of you, yes, I do believe that this is more than likely someone who's got a lot on their plate. We know the King of Wands is someone that is, you know, they're a ruler. They're someone who could be a boss. King of Wands, someone spontaneous, someone that will move towards their desires. We know even the Emperor is someone who can be quite fiery, maybe even short-tempered, you know, the bad side to their character. Let's see what the action and advice is. Oh, wow, and we've got a reverse card. 4 of Cups in the reverse. Interesting. That offer that was once on the table is coming back, and I remember saying the exact same thing recently, and it could have to do with Venus turning retrograde. Retrograde planets bring situations and people from the past. The reversed 4, we've got 2 4s here, which speak of our stability, our home, our security. The 4 would go back to the 3 of Cups for me. And I remember that we had, as a general energy, we had the 3 of Cups yesterday. And I was speaking of gossip or a third person in the situation that shouldn't be there. But this, you know, the general energy was also that there could be a celebration. So this goes back to the 3 of Cups, which says that there has been some sort of a celebration, but now maybe it was more fun and games. Now it's getting more serious. As we know, the Emperor is someone that's quite serious. They're all about controlling a situation. They're not about the fun, but more about, let's do this. Okay, let's take on these commitments. I'm ready to take charge and become the Emperor of your life, of my life, of our lives. This is a leader, right? One who is very capable usually. Now, this could also be someone who is not, because I'm not reading reversals. If the Emperor were to be in the reverse, this would be someone that couldn't hold up their empire. They couldn't take charge. So it could go either way for each of you. And that's why I feel as though there is someone that in your life that, you know, whatever the connection was with you, it used to be good. And for some reason, it could not come to a point of commitment, or something that would give you security, whether this is work, okay? Nevertheless, it's an offer that's going to come back. Let's look at the outcome. And we've got the Page of Cups. There it is. And I do remember we had this card again. So it's going to come in unexpected. Now, this is Piscean energy. Pisces is the fish, right? The fish, which can mean something that you felt was very confusing for you. Someone was trying to see through that illusion. Now, an illusion can mean confusion. It could mean someone that's trying to pull the wool over your eyes. It could mean, of course, again, many choices. And when I say many choices, you may be dealing with someone that's got a lot of possibilities, a lot of offers coming to them. But what is the correct one? What is the one that's going to give them the incentive to want to take things seriously? And again, I'm going to come to that point where I'm saying for this Emperor to commit to something, because the Page of Cups is very playful, whereas the Emperor is someone very serious. So doesn't always mean that you're dealing with someone that, of course, doesn't have a playful nature. If the King of Wands is a Leo, then Leos we know are very playful. They've got that fun side. Sagittarius is also very playful. Aries, of course, would be more about a little bit more, because the words for Aries are I, me, my. And I'm not saying, again, and I've mentioned this already, that I don't believe all Aries are like that. But Aries is more about needing to give to themselves. Aries is the seed, right, which needs to be nurtured so that it can grow, so it can take form. So Aries can also speak of new beginnings, obviously, a new cycle. But there is an offer coming here, Page of Cups again, unexpected, and the fish does speak of prosperity. It can speak of unconditional love because this is Pisces. But it can also speak of an illusion that has broken, or that is cleared up. Let's see what's going on in the divine position. Another reversals, the Magician. Another reversal. And of course the Magician is Mercury. It is Gemini and Virgo. It does speak of having the tools, but feeling strong enough to manifest. But again, the reversal goes back to the Fool, which is the new beginning. And I'm going to say, for those of you that have been in a very restrictive relationship with an Emperor, this could be someone that was quite manipulative, and you could be seeing the truth of that. For others of you, this is someone maybe that hasn't been ready to start, to take that risk, because there's a lot at stake here. The Emperor has got a lot that he deals with. Therefore, there is a lot at stake. Let's see what's at the bottom. And we've got the Lovers, which is Gemini. Gemini is a head over heart decision, okay? It's confliction, head over heart. What do I do? Do I go with my heart, or do I go with what my head is telling me? The logic or the heart? What's beneath that? And we've got the King of Pentacles, which is Taurus usually. Could be Taurus, could be Virgo, could be Capricorn. Again, King of Pentacles is someone very slow moving. And the King of Pentacles is usually someone very dependable, someone who holds very strong values. They need their comforts. Some of you could be, if the Emperor and the King of Wands is the same person as, Aries. And I did say I do see him as Taurus as well. But Aries is fire, right? And we've got fire here. So for some of you, yes, this could be the same person. For others of you, it is two different people. Okay, what's beneath this? And we've got reversals here today. Interesting. So under the King of Pentacles is the Page of Pentacles in the reverse. So this King of Pentacles, or whoever you are dealing with, could be someone that was wanting to send out that message which speaks of commitment, someone who is going to invest in something that's going to be physical, tangible, and they want to bring it to reality, but there's been issues around that. So maybe even obligations haven't let this emperor, move towards that. But I feel as though it's coming back. As I said, Gemini, Venus retrograding in the sign of Gemini. Venus can mean values, even with the King of Pentacles here. There are going to be communications around our values. Let's have a look at love. Let's look at the romance angels. So please, Spirit, what's going on? What's happening today, 12th of May 2020? We have forgiving and learning. So as you release and heal the past, you experience more love in your present moments. This has shown up again. Forgiving, so making space. If there has been past arguments, this could be a time of someone ready and open, okay, because they've received the lessons. And all this lockdown that we've been, soul searching, so they may have seen the truth, what's going on. Express your love. Go ahead and make that romantic gesture. And this card is very, very common recently. Someone is getting ready to express their love after forgiving. Allow your heart and soul to sing with joy. There is passion here. The passion card does say that someone is going to take the initiative. They're going to speak about their desires, and there is joy around it. So joy does ring Leo. Leo is the house of risk-taking. Someone's ready to take that risk and trust again. Oh my God. There is like a repetition of the messages. So let's have a look at the Lenormand. Let's have a quick look at the Lenormand. So please, Spirit, today we've got the fish, which I've been mentioning. Here they are, the fish, right? Number 34, it does add up to a 7. 7 is the divine. Now, this can mean success in finances, business. Okay, this is Venus in Taurus. And this can speak of wealth, values, and abundance. Let's have a look at what else we've got here. We have the Rider, and the Rider is a new beginning. This is something quickly coming through. It's very similar to the Knight of Swords here in the hidden position. News are coming in quickly, messages, and this is also a card of energy and passion, okay? Just like the romance angels there. And it is an ace, so there is a beginning here. Someone could be needing to travel over land, could be even water. So for those of you that are dealing with someone that needs to come from a distance, it may take a little bit longer, but we do have the ace here, so there is news coming in. And we've got the clover, which is a number 2. We've got number 1 and number 2. And the clover means luck. It means lightheartedness and opportunity. And also luck, okay? So I love that. We've got a progression. 1 goes to 2. So whatever news is coming in, you're going to feel as though it's very lucky. And at the bottom, we've got the cross. And I'm going to say here it does mean faith, I would say more than likely, even though it's been a burden. Okay, this can also speak of conviction. So it's like similar to the Ace of Swords, let's say. Okay, so a lot of suffering, okay? This is a heavy burden. It's like the Ten of Wands as well. But it does speak of duties as well. Duties around our beliefs, as I've been saying recently, that I do think that people's values, their beliefs, their self-worth issues, and their conditioning is changing. Now, let's take more cards. Let's have a look at the Nine of Swords, which is at the foundation. But first of all, let's take for the Emperor. We have the Five of Swords, And this was in the last reading at the outcome area, but it was a card of clarity. Some sort of conflict, competition in the past, and difficult. 5 of Swords, difficult. And the 9 of Wands. This Emperor hasn't been through an easy time at all. Okay, he's had a lot that he's been dealing with. And again, you can flip this reading over and know that this is maybe what you've gone through. Let's take that Lover's card, first of all, which can speak of a choice between two as well. 2 different situations, 2 different people. Let's have a look. There's that 2 of Swords. There it is, the choice. And for those of you that follow me on social media, the message today, the card that I upload every day was Divine Union. And the general energy is a Divine Union with the Lovers. So let's take one more card on that 2 of Swords. And we've got Justice. And Justice is Libra. Justice is also very karmic. And it's a new cycle that is opening up. Number 11. 11 is very fated. And as I've been saying, whatever the choice is that is made is going to bring in fairness and justice. Let's look at the bottom here. 9 of Swords. We've got the 2 of Pentacles. So maybe having a lot to deal with. Maybe also having a lot of difficulty in making a choice, whether it's you or the person you're dealing with. Let's have a look at that Knight of Swords, which is air, so Libra. Libra is very strong here. And Gemini. Libra, Gemini. We have the 6 of Wands, which the messages, the communication that's coming through is going to be, it's going to bring you to a point of balance and a success. This could be a project. This could be a relationship, whether it's romantic, family, friend. Whatever this communication is, even though it's been hard, and this may also mean something about the past, maybe even a fight, and because the 6 of Wands can speak of ego. If you have been dealing with someone that had a lot of ego, I feel as though they've been humbled. They are now forgiving. Let's have a look with that Wheel of Fortune. We've got the 9 of Cups. So Jupiter is working his magic, bringing in some sort of a wish fulfillment. Let's look at the now. 6 of Pentacles. We've got the Page of Swords. Okay, message, the messenger, the communication, also the lesson. We know that this Page of Swords is the student, but it can also mean someone who's been doing their homework, studying a situation, spying over the internet, whatever that is. And this could also be someone is ready to hear the truth or to communicate the truth. King of Wands, we've got the 6 of Cups. Again, that soulmate connection. This is a card of trust. This is a card of a past soulmate connection, whether it's any sort of a relationship. This King of Wands is willing to take that risk. He's going to put his faith in trust. He's going to trust that he's going to forgive and forget, maybe not forget, but forgive, yeah, and bring in another chance at this 4 of Cups here, whether it's an apology or whether it is, let's take this further, let's continue this, okay? Let's see if we can make amends here. We've got the 8 of Cups, and the 8 of Cups we know is someone is leaving something that was not in their highest good. This is also the growth card. Someone has now matured. Maybe the situation has matured, and this person is looking for those 2 of Cups. They're heading for some sort of an agreement. They're heading towards love, whether it's on an emotional scale, maybe even a physical scale. Let's look at the Page of Cups. And we've got the 8 of Cups as well as the cup that the page is holding. That's 9 cups. So it's time. It's time for that wheel to turn. Jupiter turning retrograde also should bring the blessings. We've got the Seven of Pentacles in the reverse, which goes back to the Six of Pentacles. So someone has been thinking very strongly. They've been taking their time. They've been really slow at looking at what they've invested, their investments, whether they're willing to continue to invest in a situation. They're ready now to bring this offer back again. Now, the Magician here, as I said, goes back to the Fool. And the Magician is at some point going to turn upright. It is all about collaboration, communication, and also, again, as I say, as above, so below. What's going on up there in the sky is reflecting in our lives down here. We've got the Four of Pentacles. Four of Pentacles, again, is that Taurian, slow and steady wins the race. I'm going to say that someone is having self-worth issues and they've been holding back. They don't believe in their ability to manifest. So that's what I see with that Four of Pentacles. And we've got three fours. Okay, 3 4s equal 12, which is the Hangman. Okay, and Hangman is Pisces again. Some sort of an ending. Now, I'm going to say that someone's been holding back on talking. They haven't been communicating. And now we've got the Chariot here, and the Chariot is Cancer. So things around our security. The Chariot, again, means someone is taking those reins and charging forward. We've also got Temperance. Someone is tempering themselves. They may want to communicate. They know that they need to first heal themselves, and they're looking for equilibrium. We know that this is Archangel Michael working something out. Temperance also speaks of having the faith, keeping the faith, trusting. And the Chariot, Major Arcana, I do believe it's got a lot to do with the beginning of June, everyone, which is just around the corner. It's the eclipse energies. And I feel that this is sort of like we're coming to some sort of a completion where the nodes are concerned, because there's an eclipse in the sign of Cancer at 0 degrees. And also there's going to be an eclipse in the sign of Capricorn. So we know that they're on the same axis, Capricorn, Cancer, right? They're right opposite each other. So there's still 2 more eclipses. So mid-year, June and July are going to be very pivotal, where the Chariot, okay, the Chariot is saying that this is us taking charge of our life. We're moving away from troubles and moving to something much more stable and something very fated. 2 of Wands. So, okay. I do feel as though the story keeps being repeated with small differences. So I do feel, because tarot, of course, is all about reading the energy, and the fact that the readings are very similar from day to day, obviously to me says that there is a level that I am reading into. So it's for those of you that this speaks to you and your personal journey. Now, with small differences, of course. And for those of you that are familiar with the tarot, you may interpret some differences here. Everyone reads differently. So I'm going to say that the message that you receive from here, you need to trust. Okay, the trust card is here. Pay attention to the red flags is beneath it. So someone hasn't been trusting. They've been looking for those red flags. And here we've got, it is safe for you to love. So there is very strong repetition of, we've been there, done that. And I'm really hoping that these retrogrades now, I do believe that we're going to really start seeing the changes in the next few days. As I said, very positive things coming in the next week. So I'm really happy to see that Justice card as well. and the Lovers, which is Gemini. Those of you that are leaving a past relationship, one that was not able to be salvaged, this is you're moving on to something different and much more suited to you. We know that everything has got a use by date. You may be in a relationship, a commitment, whatever it is, a business where the use by date is here, and you need to understand that all the signs that are coming in from Spirit, whether it's synchronicities, whether it's dreams that you're having, or whether it's the tarot that you watch or the astrology that you understand, you need to pay attention to those signs, because of course we're all on a different timeline and our situations are quite different, but on a collective scale I feel that we're all on the same level. Let's take, we've got the Emperor here and the King of Wands. Very interesting to see that there is no Queen here today. Now, for those of you that are in a same-sex relationship, yes, that could be the case. We did have also that King of Pentacles, if you remember. What I'm going to do today, because I don't have a Queen, I'm going to read into the messages that are coming through. Okay? The messages with the Lenormand. So, and not only the Lenormand, also with the Page of Swords here and the Knight of Swords. Let's take 3 cards, and as I say always, the messages will not resonate for everyone. And the messages could be things that you're thinking of or messages that they want to give to you, because there are cross watchers here. So let's take the first message. I can't help myself from falling in love with you every day. I hope you can see it. I'm sorry about the lighting. Let's take message number 2. If you won't or can't accept my life and my ways, then we're over. I can have any woman or man with a blink of an eye. And we had this the other day with the King of Wands down here, I do believe. So someone had strong ego, and we've got the 6 of Wands here. Let's take another card. Third message, forever yours. So we are dealing with 2 different energies. Either, if it's the same person, they did feel the love, but they have strong ego. Okay, I want to take 1 card on the hidden position. 2 cards. We have the Tower and we have the Knight of Wands. So the Tower is an epiphany. The Knight of Wands is someone who is bringing in the light, bringing in the communication, and someone who is driven by Mars. Mars is now going to be moving into Pisces. And Pisces, it slows down. Mars slows down in Pisces, but Pisces is a mutable sign, which means change is coming in. Okay? Where someone was fixed and they were very stubborn, now they're going to that, change. Their energy is changing. So the Tower moment is that sudden shift, the sudden epiphany, that sudden enlightenment coming through. All right, I'm going to take a message from Spirit now, and I want to thank you all so much again for being here. I do hope that this helped you. I've got a lot of work, a lot that I'm doing now. So look out for more coming from my channel. I am going to be doing Venus retrograde, Jupiter retrograde, and as well as that, of course, the usual videos that I do. So let's take today's message from Spirit. Ancestral wisdom. We had that card a few days ago. We are your ancestors and we love you. We walked the earth many years before you. We ask you at this poignant time to learn and grow from our past experiences. You are our legacy, and we will keep on helping you as we continue to evolve here in the spirit world. So it does speak of evolution. We've got the Wheel of Fortune here, right? That speaks of evolution, changes. Let's take another card. You are not alone. Okay, so you are not alone. We are here for you. We never left. Through all the sadness and loneliness, however, you cannot sense us near you or feel how much love we are sending you. We are your family, friends, and guides. You never walk alone. We walk right beside you. So that is a beautiful message, everyone. Absolutely beautiful message. So take strength from that. For those of you that are still worried, sick, you're worried about, you're fearing the worst, we need to leave that energy behind. We need to be able to trust and know that there are things that will be shown to us in the near future. And I feel as though many of us, even with the Magician card here on a collective scale, we have been taken for a bit of a ride. But the Chariot, and the Chariot, we've got Aquarius up here, all those stars, right? The stars are messages. They're our messages. That's why we look at the astrology. Okay, so whatever has been hidden, and this does speak of very strong Neptunian energy. Neptune is in Pisces. It either clouds the situation totally, or on the reverse, on the flip side, we know that Pisces is also unconditional love. But the house of Pisces, where Neptune is all about the darkness. It's all about being lost. Okay, being lost in a gigantic space. Okay, that is the Neptunian energy. And it also speaks of things that are hidden, things that are happening behind our heads. So I feel as though soon we will all be, as we're slowly being released from our fears, whether it's the lockdown, whether it's the idea of illness. I think that we need to overcome that and come from a place of love and believe that we are, yes, guided. We are not alone. So trust in that and feel free. We're moving into the age of Aquarius. It's all about freedom, the freedom of thought, okay, and the freedom of being in togetherness. Because being alone, even in heaven, one person alone, they would not be happy. They would feel the loneliness. We need togetherness, and we need to be on a collective scale there for each other, always. All right, I will leave that message last because I feel it's very important that I needed to share that with you. I want to thank you again so much for being here, for liking, sharing, commenting. For those of you that are interested in a coffee cup reading, please let me know. And I feel that faith will get us out of any difficult situation. And positive thinking brings positive outcomes, everyone. Do not fear the worst. Life is a walk in the park. And at least that walk in the park, let's make it as nice and as enjoyable as we possibly can. All right, sending you all my love and my blessings. Talk to you tomorrow.